Hello, my name is Guy Wallace, and I'd like to welcome you to the 4-part podcast series on the Management Areas Performance. I am the author of the Management Areas Performance, a workbook available as a free PDF on my website. We'll cover that at the end of the podcast. Management Areas of Performance is an example of the PACT analysis processes applied to a management job. For more information about PACT, the PACT processes for training and development, learning, and knowledge management, you can also refer to my website and the podcast series available on PACT. What you're going to do if you go through the Management Areas of Performance workbook is first define your management job or the management job of someone else in terms of the outputs they'll produce and the tasks that they'll perform. You will have defined performance competency. Next, you'll identify the key enabling competencies, the awareness, knowledge, and skills that are required, and you'll also identify the enabling attributes required, the physical attributes, the psychological attributes, the intellectual attributes, and the personal values. Number 2, you'll assess yourself and/or others against that definition of performance competence. Third, you'll create a development plan that's prioritized to address areas of opportunity. That's pretty much it. You'll define performance competence and enabling competencies and attributes required to produce outputs that meet the requirements of their users. Outputs, after all, are inputs somewhere downstream. Our model here is that a department owns processes, which can be rolled up into systems, bundles of processes, or dissected further into areas of performance. Each process may be segmented into areas of performance for further analysis. Our model has 4 levels, 3 of which we'll address in this podcast series. At the top, management leadership areas of performance. In the middle, management core areas of performance. And at the foundation, management support areas of performance. Management leadership areas of performance include stakeholder relationship management, strategic planning and management, operations planning and management, results measurement planning and management, process improvement planning and management, communications planning and management. The managerial core areas of performance are work planning, work assigning, work monitoring, and work troubleshooting. The managerial support areas of performance are process design and redesign, human asset management, environmental assets management, and special assignments. Now, there are a few manager jobs that also include the roles of individual contributor. Some, but not all. For these, we'll ask you to capture those in the special assignments area of the managerial support areas of performance. After you define the specifics of your targeted management job or jobs by identifying specific outputs, related tasks, stated at a fairly high or macro level. After that, you'll consider a list of thought-provoking or stimulating lists of enablers of 2 types. That's intended to help you identify the specific awareness, knowledge, and skill enablers and the physical attributes, psychological attributes, intellectual attributes, and personal values that enable peak performance. We'll now review those just this one time in this 4-podcast series. They are, after all, listed in the book multiple times, in the tools and templates that the book uses to assist you in this effort. Knowledge and skill competency enablers. The key knowledge and skills required include those in these categories: compliance-related knowledge, marketplace-related knowledge, enterprise-related knowledge, business-related knowledge and skills, interpersonal knowledge and skills, and professional technical knowledge and skills. The attributes that enable performance competence are physical attributes, psychological attributes, intellectual attributes, and personal values. Let's cover those again in a little bit more detail. Knowledge and skill competencies. Those that are compliance-related knowledge could include current and future laws, regulations, codes, contracts, and agreements, current and future enterprise policies and procedures, and current and future industry standards. Those marketplace-related knowledge could include current and future customer needs and situations, current and future competitive product and services, reputation, pricing, delivery, performance, and how they compare with us. There are current and future industry trends, current and future supplier capabilities and weaknesses, current and future technologies and their impact in our marketplace. There are enterprise-related knowledge that may be required for performance, current and future products and service offerings, our reputation regarding pricing, delivery performance, and how our competitors really compare against us, current and future internal capabilities and weaknesses. There's business-related knowledge and skills, such as current and future projections for economics and our financials. There are interpersonal knowledge and skills, including communication skills, active listening, negotiations and persuasion, problem solving, decision making, planning, budgeting, visioning, demonstrating empathy, demonstrating openness, demonstrating conviction, keyboard and typing skills, computer applications, interviewing, coaching, training, counseling, project management. There are also professional and technical knowledge and skills that may be required, such as understanding the various industry, enterprise concepts, models, methods, and techniques, understanding various industry and enterprise tools and equipment, machinery, vehicles. Besides the knowledge and skill competencies required, there are attribute and value competencies that also enable peak performance. Physical attributes of various types. Psychological attributes, including being collaborative, team orientation, trusting, openness, optimistic and positive, cheerfulness and friendliness, empathy, enthusiasm, risk tolerance, stress tolerance, ambiguity tolerance, creativity. There are intellectual attributes such as being a visionary, being logical, being intuitive, insightful, imaginative, organized, analytical, an integrator, detail and orientation, conceptual, strategic, tactical, structured, planner. There are personal values that may also be required in terms of ethics, morals, stakeholder orientation, customer orientation. Of course, these lists of enabling competencies and attributes are presented for illustrative purposes only. You're going to have to define your competency and attribute requirements in terms of your specific process performance requirements. Well, that's it in a podcast nutshell, so to speak. Management Areas of Performance. It's a flexible workbook to guide beyond generic, well-meaning though they may be, but ineffectual, competencies. Generic competencies. Management Areas of Performance will have you systematically and systemically defining the performance requirements and the enabling competencies and attributes and values that are really required by the specifics of your current and or future enterprise process performance requirements. Again, the Management Areas of Performance Workbook is available as a free PDF at my website, www.eppic.biz. That's epic with 2 P's, .biz. And you can reach me, Guy Wallace, via the website as well. Thank you for listening and for pursuing performance. Achieve peak performance to protect and improve the enterprise. Have a great day.